Oh, all right.
Community, myself, often worry that we might be a victim of police brutality. So, as a public service, the Chris Rock Show proudly presents this educational video. Have you ever been face to face with a police officer and wondered, is he about to kick my ass? Well, wonder no more. If you follow these easy tips, you'll be fine. First, obey the law. Laws were made for a reason. Think of them as hints. You've heard people say, man, I wouldn't do that shit if I was you. Well, here's some of that shit. Carjacking, armed robbery, arson, selling drugs, buying drugs, stabbing, shooting. You know, you probably won't get your ass kicked if you just use common sense. If you jump a subway turnstile, you might just get off with a warning from the police. But if you jump a turnstile carrying a loaded gun and smoking a joint, then maybe you need your ass kicked.
I remember those hats.
What happened to Rodney King? But Rodney wouldn't have gotten his ass kicked if he had just followed this simple tip. When you see flashing police lights in your mirror, stop immediately. Everybody knows, if the police have to come and get you, they're bringing an ass kicking with them. Here's a no-brainer. If you're listening to loud rap music, turn that shit off. Blasting "fuck the police" while you're getting pulled over by the police is just ignorant. When an officer approaches your car, be polite.
Is there a problem, officer?
Perfect.
And stay in your car with your hands on the wheel.
What the fuck do you want, motherfucker?
Unless you want your ass kicked. Want to give a friend a ride? Not so fast. Your friend might be crazy. Now, before you let your friend in your car, ask them these questions. Do you have a gun? Do you have drugs? Do you have any warrants? And in case you do get pulled over by the cops,
License and registration, please.
remind your friend to do this one thing. Shut the fuck up.
Man, don't give him shit. What the fuck do you want?
He said, I have seizures. Did you hear him?
Get a white friend. A white friend could be the difference between a ticket and a bullet in the ass.
Not a ticket.
Here's a tip you should never forget. If your woman is mad at you, leave her at home. Because a mad woman will say anything.
He got weed!
If your woman is mad at you, there's nothing she'd like to see more than you getting your ass kicked.
That's right! Kick his motherfucking ass! Take a seat! He got weed!
Now let's review. Obey the law. Use common sense. Stop immediately. Turn that shit off. Be polite. Shut the fuck up. Get a white friend. And last but not least, don't ride with a mad woman. If you follow these simple pointers, you probably won't get your ass kicked by the police.
Or shot.
I can't help
right,
every
yeah.
time I see
That's
it.
an oldie but a goodie. That's the best.
It's
And you know,
never gets old.
first time opening with a video. That was awesome. And that's going to lead us into a little show we're doing today on, I guess we can call it resisting arrest or interfering or obstructing.
Hell, not to get your ass kicked by the police.
And we'll
Yeah,
add
man,
or
that
shot.
rings so true. Common sense. Obey the law. Show some
Comply.
respect.
There's a word called comply.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
comply. But anyway, we're going to segue into talking about some things that have been going on lately in the news. But first, of course, we have to touch base with our beverage of choice for the night. And who wants to start?
I will, since I already got mine turned up and empty.
Go ahead. What you got?
Weller foolproof.
Oh, nice. Well,
I don't know if I
When-
have it in a bottle or not.
When there's an empty bottle, it means there's a long pre-podcast meeting.
Yeah, it was full before we started.
What about you, Slow?
I tell you, I'm going to show you a bottle, but I'm not going to open this one to
Knobs Creek.
introduce another bottle. No, it's Noble Oak, Double Oak Rye of all things.
Oh, okay.
I haven't opened this because North Carolina no longer carries it.
We got it in my store.
In North Carolina?
Yeah, that's where I live. That's where I work.
Where he
sir.
lives.
I don't know if you were South Carolina. Well, it's just because your warehouse isn't out of it. But once it's out of it, you have to go to South Carolina. Hopefully I can find it in Tennessee. They had these clearance down half price, $22 a bottle. So I bought two,
Really?
got this one left. But this is so good. It's a rye. I'm not a big rye fan either. Anyway, so Double D would love this thing.
I've had another rye, but I've had their Noble Oak. It's good. Their stuff is good usually.
Well, that's what I'm drinking tonight.
That's good. I like that.
The Double Oak, aged 4 years. It's after I got that, I started thinking, I think we've done this before, and we did. We tried it on April 2022 of 2021, and it gave Buck gave it a rating of 6.5, Hound Dog a 4, and me a 6. So it's 5.5. Not a daily drinker.
How much is the cost you say regularly?
This is about a $40 bottle, $42, I think.
Gotcha.
I've had them both I had this one a long time, and the other one was half price at 22, so that's 44.
Cool.
And the description on the bottle just breaks it down and tells you how they make bourbon. So it's not really informative there, but it is full disclosure. It's distilled in Indiana, but Midwest grain production or product. And it's 90 proof. The mash bill is undisclosed. But so, yeah, that's where I'm at. In sampling this during a pre-podcast meeting and while Chris Watt was on his thing, I'm still at a 6 with it.
Nice.
Not a daily drinker.
Dobie Dog.
I have got one of my favorite standbys. Gypsy. Yeah.
Yeah, he likes that stuff.
I like.
What is that? Is that a rye too?
No, it's it's 80% corn, 10% rye, 10% malted barley, made with Cherokee white corn. I don't know where it's actually distilled. I'm guessing possibly North Carolina because it's but I don't know that for sure. Because this is the Eric Church brand, and I really like this one. This is one of my
Did
go-tos.
not tell on the bottle where it's distilled at? Should on the back on the label.
Okay, wait a minute.
By.
I stand corrected. You're right, Hound Dog.
It's that reading
and-
thing.
Say it again. I was what?
Distilled and aged in Tennessee and Kentucky, blended and bottled by Whiskey Gypsy in Linville, Tennessee.
There you go.
Blended and bottled.
Thanks, Hound Dog.
So they didn't distill it. Gypsy,
Gypsy's the name of the.
yeah, they blended a couple of whiskeys and put their name on it and put it out
And
there.
this is a 4-year. They've got a whiskey, and they've got a 7-year bourbon. I think it's 7-year bourbon. But they also have a regular whiskey in this. But this is their 4-year. So it hadn't been out that long, too many years. So maybe a year and a half, 2 years, maybe. First time I ever saw it.
Yeah.
But
Good
I
deal.
like it. And I think I maybe gave it an 8 last time. It's one of my favorites.
All right. And I'm
So
doing
what you holding, Rodinator?
I'm doing a Kessler American blended whiskey. Found it in the cat, to be honest with you. I didn't know I had it. It was underneath the sink in the kitchen.
We're saying your son hadn't found it yet.
Exactly right. I think that's why I was under there.
He did drink your other bottle last week.
He did. He drank a bottle. Did you guys ever hear of Sazerac?
Yes. I like
Okay.
Sazerac rye.
That's a heavy rye, and I have it over there. The bottle's fucking empty because we missed the show, Sunday. And between Sunday and now, the fucker's empty. And
Between
someone's gonna
games.
hear about it.
Rodinator, here's what you do. You keep a really nice bottle, but you keep pulling old crow in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You gave him that one from that cheap stuff we had that night, right?
I did, yeah. I said, hit this. Don't hit this other shit. This is a Kessler. It's a 72.5% grain neutral spirits, 27.5% straight whiskeys, 2 years old or more. So it's pretty cheap. Price point's very cheap. It's in a plastic bottle.
Yeah. That's
So, yeah. So, and it's not too good. So definitely not a daily drinker. It sucks kind of in a way, but it'd be good for mixing and stuff. But,
I would say this one has a real cork.
that one's got a nice cap. That's about it.
I will say this, and honestly, I'm gonna have to try, but I've never had Wellers.
Oh, really?
It was hard to get here for one thing.
It's
I
hard
mean,
to get everywhere.
I haven't had your Wellers, Reggie, but I had the one with the red label. Is it a red label or maroon label or something?
Yes, that's the one Antique 107.
Yeah, I've had that one. Yeah. I've
But
had-
I'll say this.
There's 6 different whalers. There's a blue label, white label,
Well, there was a
Orange
blue
label.
label.
Orange label,
Red.
green, black, and what's the other?
White.
Like the maroon or red
White.
one, right?
Did I say white?
Did you already say white?
You say red.
Red.
R-E-D. Yeah. Yeah, the red one.
I was looking up to acquire my last one that I needed for the whole set this week. So I got all 6 bottles.
Well, I tell you, that's the benefit of working at the ABC store, isn't it?
Yeah, but I didn't get this one at the ABC store.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I traded a bottle of E.H. Taylor for it.
Oh,
Now,
nice.
if I can get Eagles Rare or Buffalo Trace, I'm going to get those. But out of the ones I can consistently get on a regular basis, this Gypsy and that one I had Red River are 2 of my favorites.
Well, I tell you, E.H. Taylor small batch is probably the best pour I think I've ever had.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that's in a different.
You need to try. You need to try the Costco brand one. Small.
I
batch.
remember
Well,
you
there's
told
not a
me I need to go.
Costco near me.
But that's I don't know if you can see it, but that's all I have right there.
Oh, yeah. See, yeah, I had the one all the way to the left. Yeah.
You've had Costco on you before, right? Hell no.
Yeah, and I did the blind taste between that and E.H. Taylor and chose Costco brand over E.H. Taylor.
Really?
It was so much smoother, a lot smoother,
There is a Costco here. I'm gonna have to
More
check it
smooth
out.
or more wheated?
it's smoother, a lot smoother.
Oh, wow. It's interesting.
Sweet.
All right, well, good deal, man. Yeah, Double D talking about a real cork. I have grown. Well, this has got a real cork, but I've grown fond of the synthetic cork, man. It doesn't decay or rot on you.
Right.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
And I just looked at this whaler that I had. It's I didn't realize it, but it is a real cork. It's not a synthetic cork. Usually, most of the Buffalo Trace boxes have synthetic corks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I would Knob Creek synthetic cork.
Because this is the one I had last week. Where when you empty it, flip it up, it doubles as an ashtray.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
And just a reminder, everybody talk about wine sets like this. It's always wetting the cork. It doesn't matter because of the low alcohol content. You can't do bourbon that way because it'll eat the cork away.
Yeah.
But about every 2 weeks, you're supposed to take your dusties and do this for just a few seconds to keep the cork wet.
So that says what about it's doing to your liver?
It's like
I'll tell you.
Coca-Cola. As long as you're drinking it
Yeah.
and it's moving through
Yeah.
your system, you're
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah,
If it sat in your stomach for any time, you'd eat it right,
Yeah.
through it.
true.
That's
Yeah,
so
but you can
sad.
clean
So
stuff.
sad. Yeah.
But hey, that doesn't mean I'm.
But
sorry.
hey, have a Coke and a smile.
And shut
Anyway.
Guys, let me tell you, I'm gonna enjoy this whiskey tonight. But one thing I haven't been enjoying is the friggin' news. You can't turn on without hearing all this crap going on.
Oh, yeah.
You like that segue?
I do like it.
Impressed.
Yep,
And you
and
use segue correctly.
Yeah, you do. And it's funny because it's a lot of crap going on, but I immerse myself in it. I love it. I love hearing everything that's going on. I love hearing the investigations. I love watching it and keeping track. And I don't know. I got a sickness, but we're direct opposites. I love this shit. Love it. But yeah, so go ahead.
Side note on that, can I not get too far, but have y'all seen the documentary Cocaine Cowboys on TV on Netflix?
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
part 2. There's a part
Yep,
2.
seen it.
That's great. Anyway, go ahead, Elizabeth. That just
Was it Cocaine Cowboys again?
2 Cocaine Cowboys 2.
It's a joke, Dobie.
I got to watching that today. I forgot how good that was.
Anyway, so what we're referring to is, and why we played Chris Rock's fantastic stand-up. That skit is like immortal. You can play that and people laugh. Is because we just want to talk a little bit about.
But you know
again,
why they laugh? Because it's true.
Yeah, everything's true, and that's why it's comedy. Whenever you have comedy, whatever the joke is, there's a lining of truth. That's what makes the joke funny, because you're actually talking about shit that's real and that really happens that you're not supposed to talk about.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's racial, or maybe it has to do with gender, it has to do with the sexes, or it has to do with policing and behaving and not behaving and this and that. But the reason we're talking about it is because there's been a lot going on in Minneapolis, Minnesota, to be exact, because there's a lot of protesting going on and so forth. There's talks about your freedom to protest, your freedom to carry a firearm, to have your voices heard and all that. And then there's the other side of the equation, which is happening, is where people are not peacefully protesting, which is always the story. It seems, guys. Am I right? Like George Floyd, that wasn't peaceful either, and that was during COVID when they should have been inside with a mask on. Like, I mean, it just gets so monotonous. So we wanted to talk a little bit about it because, unfortunately, 2 people have gotten killed, and just recently, one lady had her fingers blown off her hand. And I would submit, and I'll be the bad guy. I submit all 3 of those jokers are responsible for their own deaths.
Oh, there's no two ways about it.
No doubt.
And their own fingers. But I'm saying if anybody's out there who has a different opinion, well, I don't see how you can, because what I'm about to say, what I'm about to say is based on facts. And I have one thing I'm going to say. Each one of those people put themselves out there. 1.
Exactly right.
2, each one of those people interfered with law enforcement against the law. 2. And 3, when they were told to comply, they didn't. And then tried to assault officers. That's 3. So right there, they've broken the law. They're no longer freely protesting peacefully. And unfortunately, in one case, when you fight with police and try to run them over, we're going to respond. When you fight with police and you have a sidearm on your side, which you don't tell the police you have, you don't let them know, you don't relinquish the weapon, and you're fighting them at the same time, things can happen there too. And 3, you shouldn't pick up munitions that are thrown at you by SWAT and people in the field who are trying to break up. You don't pick up munitions. Problem. Yeah. So you'll do it. You did it once with this hand. Don't know if you'll do it again with the other one, but that'll be 2 tries and then you're out because your hands will be gone. And it's sad, but you know what? It's like, I don't understand like what they don't understand, guys. And my question to you is, when they say they have a right to peacefully protest, I agree. But what you see on the same sentence, when they say they have a right to peacefully protest on the news, they're showing pictures of people not peacefully protesting. It's so retarded. I remember the CNN clip, guys, and the George Floyd. I'll let you guys jump in here. George Floyd clip, CNN out there is talking about how this mostly peaceful protest, and in the backdrop, buildings are on fire.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
blazing in the night.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was the funniest thing. Mostly peaceful protest, and the buildings are on fire. And it is so bad. But go ahead, guys. Jump in.
And you talk about, if you have a gun or you're fighting the police, whatever. A lot of people don't realize that we were taught this very young. When you go to any call you go to, whatever it may be, there's always one gun involved.
It's yours.
One gun. It's yours.
Yep.
And if you're having to fight somebody, go hands on, arrest them, and they're doing stupid shit, whatever level they take it to. It's different. It's one thing to be in a fight, but it's another thing to be in a fight knowing you have all this stuff, taser, pepper spray, gun, baton, that somebody can get. So you have to go to a level where you make sure they can't get it. And you cannot play with that.
Well, Double D, you said you hit it the nail on the head. You said to the level they take it to.
They make that conscious choice.
You're exactly right.
Make choices every day. Yeah. Right. And they make a choice to put themselves in that situation.
And a police officer is always reacting to their action.
Correct.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand that. I was going to start out this whole thing. I've had not done a Chris Rock thing, asking you guys, hey guys, did y'all get shot today or beat up today by the police? And of course, you have to be no. And they'll say, why? Because you wasn't down there involved in all that stupid crap, doing stupid stuff.
And how many people every day have contact with law enforcement all across this country?
Oh, and hundreds of thousands.
Nothing happens to them. Nothing happens to them. How many times have we all...
The guy with the second...
the nurse.
Pretty,
the nurse. Pretty.
His name is? Yeah.
Pretty. Alex Pretty.
Okay. How can you go to a protest of a peaceful protest carrying a fucking gun?
Well, that's his second altercation. Can't talk.
Altercation.
Only had this much of it with the cops in about a week. He's already had issues with before.
Right. Well, before he had an issue, you're right, Slow, and he had a broken rib. He fought with police. They took him to the ground. He hit his ribs on the curb and broke a rib, according to reports. So rather than learning from that, he went home and upped it to carrying a SIG with 2 full extra clips, magazines, goes to another protest, gets involved in police dealing with a lady, gets involved, obstructing, delaying, and assaulting, gets jumped on, is told to comply. He doesn't. He fights. Whether he reached for the gun or not, guys, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. At some point, an officer saw the gun and saw his hand or something going near it or going for it, possibly. That's all she writes. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, it's over.
You
And
can't
who-
run the risk of not engaging that.
No, I fought people with guns on their hips, and so have you guys. It's scary. It's crazy. It's violent. I mean, that's life or death. Life or death. And I'm
And
going
he
home.
put
And you're getting
himself
your ass whooped. I'm
in those-
going home.
He put those himself and those ICE agents in that position.
And slow from start to finish. He did it a week ago, got his ass whooped. So instead of saying, maybe I shouldn't get involved, maybe I'll just go out with a sign and peacefully protest like I'm supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't. He
He
upped it with a gun, and then
What
he
you-
fought the cops again.
What you need to do is learn your lesson.
Yep.
Dopey Dog beat me up during canine training one time. You know why? Because I jumped on him. Guess what I hadn't done since? I ain't jumped on Dopey Dog.
Exactly. You know, when a kid touches a hot stove, he ain't going to touch the stove no more. You would think, but this guy touched the hot stove a week ago and touched it again.
Yeah.
And he got burned up. And I mean, and everybody says it's so sad. It's all this. Not really. You know, I look at Darwin's evolution theory, you know,
Yeah.
you know, the sickly and the retarded get weeded out. They get themselves hurt. This guy was dumb. He was dumb. He was stupid. I don't care if people listen. That's so bad. Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care. He
And
could.
everybody's concerned about his family. He wasn't.
Right. If he
Yeah, he
didn't,
wasn't
if they
concerned
didn't get that, if they didn't do what they did, who's to say he didn't draw his gun and shoot an officer? I don't know.
And
He
Rod,
put himself in that position and he fought the police.
y'all may remember this too. I know Rod will. It was prior to the DNC in 2012, and prior to they were going to have the RNC in 2020.
Tell our audience what that means.
Well, Republican National Convention or Democratic National Convention. Charlotte was having protests, and I think they were downtown. I think it was if I remember correctly, and you'd know more than I would, Rob. But I think it was.
I was in them. I ran a platoon.
Oh, I thought you were in the protest. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Oh, if I was in a protest, I'd be a handful, boy. Woohoo!
So, yeah,
If I was retarded, yeah, I'd be crazy.
Man, you could push a car uphill on the ice.
Exactly. You know, you heard that story.
So, we were having some over here, and I think these are spin off from Floyd or maybe the Kerrigan or one of them. And there was a protester who got shot and killed
In Charlotte.
in Charlotte.
Yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah.
And
They were shooting at the police.
Correct.
And missed.
We were training for 2020 RNC, and that was one of the guys that was doing our training that came over here. We were doing some training because we were going to have to go over to Charlotte again. And he said that's what happened. I think they had caught it on video, and the guy went to pull the gun and shoot the police, and that poor fucker just
Walked right in front.
Walked in front of the
And
police
took the shot.
at the wrong time and took the shot and killed him.
Yep.
Another protester. So he kills another protester
Right.
in the process of trying to shoot the police.
Right. Yeah. He was trying to get a shot off and kill a police officer. And of course, one, just stupid, irresponsible, moron, all those things. And apparently didn't take any kind of classes, because the last thing you do is fire a gun in a freaking crowd, with people everywhere. It just all around stupid. But he got caught and he went to prison, and that's the end of that. But there's a guy who's dead. And I mean, it wasn't a police officer, thank God, but it was a regular civilian. I don't know if the guy who was killed was a knucklehead or not. It doesn't matter. Again, stupid decision by people. And you know what? It's the FAFO, guys. It
That's
really
not a
is.
peaceful protest.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, you brought a gun and you try to shoot a cop. So that really is a peaceful. And
Yeah.
what they don't understand, last thing, Sloan, I'll let you jump. The last thing, they talk about him possessing the gun. I don't have a problem with that. He was a legal gun carrier, apparently. He had whatever Minneapolis, Minnesota has, whatever the requirement is. The problem was he brought it to a protest with a bad intention. And two, he did not have his ID or CCW permit on him, which is a violation of carrying concealed. So he was violating the law. So people say, no, he's allowed to carry. Yes, he's allowed to carry. I think they might even have open carry. I don't know. But when you have it concealed and you don't tell the officers about it, and you're not, don't have your license and ready, he doesn't have his license because he doesn't want to know who he is in case he gets caught, right?
Mhm.
He doesn't want to be identified. So I understand why he didn't have his license, because
Then
he
you're
was a
going to jail
scumbag.
for sure.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
a scumbag. He was a nurse. He wanted to stay low key and below the radar because he didn't want to lose his job, but he wanted to act like a prick. Well, he got 10 rounds in his ass, and now he's no more. What did you get,
He lost his
Alex
job.
Preddy? Yeah, what did you get? You lost your job and your life. Like, what did you get out of this? And at the end of the day, guys, he was protecting illegal alien murderers, rapists, child molesters, and people who shouldn't be here. That's who he's trying to protect. And he's fighting federal agents, which is close to the word insurrection, if you really want to go by the definition, trying to overthrow governmental agencies doing their jobs. They love to yell about January 6th, right? But when it comes to them throwing bombs and pipe bombs and shooting at police officers during riots, is that not a type of could that not be construed as an insurrection? They're trying to overthrow the police doing their jobs, government, federal agencies doing their jobs. And the last thing I'll say is you also have to put it on the Minneapolis Police Department because they're being run by a douchebag and a mayor, Jacob Fry, who will not back them. If they had the backing,
I would say the administration of the police department, I'm sure the guys, rank and file, want to do their job,
they are
and
pissed.
they can't.
I guarantee they're pissed.
Oh, absolutely. Because
they can't just quit. They can't walk off the job. They got to feed their families. You know, they're working on a career, a pension.
They're responsible guys. They're not going to leave the public uncovered. Yeah. Do you know what would happen if there were no police?
Right. And that's what some people don't realize. No matter how much scrutiny law enforcement goes through, how much shit you catch, you know, even when you're just under bad administration, whatever, and you're just going to handle your calls, that kind of thing, we are not going to let somebody get hurt.
Right.
We're not going to just, even if there's comeback, even if they are some leftist or whatever it may be, we're going to see it all the same.
Even if they were trying to kill us, we're not going to let them kill somebody else.
Correct. Absolutely. Even though they hate us, we're still going to be balls and strikes to our job.
True. And most of our mentalities, guys, just becoming police to begin with. If I'm out here walking down the street and someone's getting jumped on, guess who's not going to allow that to happen while I'm sitting here? Like, I'm going to go do something about that just because that's how we're built, right? So I'm sure as hell not going to take off, and let the people in the community just become victims of the savages out there that we are between them and the like. We're the line. We're the thin blue line, guys. We were. And that's what we're supposed to do. So when you pull back that thin blue line and don't let them do their jobs, from experience, all four of us can say we get extremely pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
How about when you're chasing somebody and they say 22 the chase? What? That motherfucker. No. You get so pissed and you get
and 22 means disregard.
Yeah, it means stop chasing the guy who just slammed into your car or tried to shots at you. And they say it's getting too dangerous. Stop chasing. And you're like, son of a bitch. The hardest thing to do is to stop and turn your blue lights and siren off. You just get, dude, how many times I pounded on a hood of a car? I don't know. You just son of a bitch, you know? But the police in Minneapolis, the rank and file are upset, I guarantee, with their leadership, because this guy comes out and says stuff like, regardless of whether it's a good shoot or not, people are upset, and that's really all that matters. No, that's not what matters, because what we see on TV is about 10% of the population feel that way. 90% love what's going on. Not
and you
got
to give to the liberal media
of illegal aliens.
They spin it in their direction.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
The polls all show it. People love
and there's like probably 5 or 10 different camera angles on every shooting like that, and the liberal media is going to show what reflects their philosophy.
They're not going to show the one that needs
the correct one. Yeah, the one that shows the
so
the real
remember
truth.
Renee Good, the first one, right?
Yeah.
You guys all saw Renee Good?
She's not good no more.
Trying to run over? Right. Well, my question to all three of you guys and to our audience is, you know, we've seen those, as Slow said, we've seen all 5, 6, 7 different videos of what happened from different angles, right? We all saw them, right? You know, the one camera, the one video that has not been released and we have not seen. Do you know which one it is?
What's our girlfriends, right?
The girlfriends.
Right.
Why? Why? If that video was so close up and showed exactly what happened and proved the point that she did not do anything wrong
1,000 times,
why didn't the girlfriend send it? Why isn't CNN running that motherfucker 24/7? I'll tell you why. Because it shows she fucked up and tried to run that agent over and hit him. It shows her clearly hitting him. And then he shot through the front windshield.
Hadn't that agent been drugged like a few months before?
32 stitches in his arm a month before, 2 months before.
He got internal bleeding from her hitting him with the car.
He did.
And that's another thing people don't think about. If you've been through those situations, you're sure as hell not going to let it happen again.
Didn't we say? Didn't we say once you touch a hot stove, you won't touch it again? Are you going to let somebody drag you in a car again, or you learn your lesson? Maybe Maybe he had an opportunity to shoot the person who drug him the first time and he didn't. And he goes, fuck that now. From now on, it's the law. It's written down in general statute. If someone runs at you with a car, you can defend yourself with deadly force.
Too, people are not going to give him credit. That's a lot of balls to go there and get drugged. Step back on the ground and do that job again.
Comes right
Oh,
back.
yeah. Get right back in the middle of it. And I tell you, too, we had a shoot, don't shoot type training. I think it took about a week at the police department. And they showed us a bunch of videos. It was one video, bad guy took off running, cops running after him, and another cop comes out and they're yelling off, running toward him. And the guy in the back, the officer in the back, looked like he just unloaded and shot the piss out of the guy just for running. His camera angle was, oh my goodness, the officer just screwed up. But then you see the other officer's video camera, and the guy's turning with a gun right underneath his arm.
Which you didn't see with the first video.
The first one.
The second one showed it. So if you jump to the conclusion with the first video without getting all the evidence together,
you're exactly right. The first time, everybody in the class, oh my gosh! And then they showed the totality of the circumstances. Is a good shooting.
I don't know how many times the news has had to retract stories that they get wrong because think about it, folks. The mainstream media wants to be the first person to report on whatever the shit is that's happening. So the second it comes out, they're putting it on and they're putting what they know. This is what we know so far.
Or they want you to know.
Right. Yeah. Right. But then they usually have to do retractions. Well, we have another video came in and maybe we jumped to conclusion. You know, they always have to do that.
On that, the first headlines are huge, right across the whole front page of the paper. And when they have to do a retraction, the very last sentence on the very last page.
That's exactly right.
Print.
Page 17, below the dog food ad. Yeah. We fucked up in real small print. You have to use a magnifying glass.
Well, Johnny Reed, you misunderstood what we were saying.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not our fault. It's yours.
So I watched. It's been a few years ago. There was it was on not a documentary, but on the news. There was a reporter out in like Arizona. I think it was Arizona somewhere. And he was really hammering the police because he had a shooting that he thought was a bad shooting. So they're just on the police and just staying on their ass. So the police said, why don't you come over here and train with us? He actually, I give him credit. He went out there. He went out there and then they put him in some no-shoot scenarios with force on force where you're shooting the paintball, not paintball, but simunitions where it's like a bullet, but it's simunitions. It hurts like a motherfucker.
It is a bullet. It's just a plastic bullet full of chalk.
Yeah, leave a whelp. Yep.
Yeah, they hurt. They hurt like motherfuckers. So they put him in this force on force munitions, and they went through like 4 or 5 scenarios, and there were several of them. He shot the shit out of somebody that was wanting to shoot it. Well, I thought, and he had a bad shoot. But he put him, and he's like, wait a minute, this isn't what I thought it was. And he actually went back on the TV, the news station, wherever, local station, and said, I was wrong. We need to look at this from a different perspective. Yeah, change his attitude. He did them and fucked up and had bad shoots.
Yeah. There's been a lot of things like that. I saw a couple with a young lady who did that. And somebody wasn't complying. She shot him. And the guy's like, whoa, index meaning stop. Scenario's over. And the lady goes, what? Why did you shoot him? Well, he was reaching in his pocket. You asked for his ID. Oh, it was like a deer in headlights. He could have had a gun. Oh, so it's okay to shoot some? Like, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? But he's going, and you guys want to wait for cops to like be shot before they shoot, you know? Yeah. But put you in that situation? Like she was in the situation. The guy was coming. Hey, let's see your ID. I don't fucking show you my ID. Oh, okay. And then he put his hand in his, and she shot him. And he's like, you're going to prison. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I would love to see somebody like a Anderson Cooper.
Yeah.
To go through a shoot, don't shoot scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody like that. I would love to see them do that.
The ladies on The View.
Yeah. And the people.
Well, you use the word ladies awfully loosely there, my friend.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. And they all go home to their gated communities with their big walls, gated communities, and giant fences around their house at the end of the day.
And security.
Private security.
And private security.
Who are armed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's just like the people who wanted to fund the police, these politicians, and they're walking around with their own private security who are police officers. Yeah. So they have guns all around them, protecting them, along with, like Slow said, the walls at their houses. And then all of us else are supposed to not have weapons or anything like that. And we're supposed to just kind of make do with,
Follow
no police,
blindly.
the funding the police and all this other crap. And
Yeah.
like, it's kumbaya. It's not. It's a jungle out there. We all know it. And if it's left to the people to have to defend themselves, it's going to be a mess. Police are very necessary. You have no idea the evil out there. People have no idea.
Oh no, who was the I want to say it was Aaron Burr, but I can't remember who made the comment. The only way to defeat an evil man with a gun was a good man with a gun. Something that
the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing.
nothing.
That's what it was. I have it on the back of my baseball card for the department. Yeah, I love that quote because it's true. Let me elaborate, Dobie. So somebody's getting robbed and you say, I'm going to stay out of it. That's not you being neutral. That's you supporting the robber.
Correct.
Got it? Now, if someone's being robbed and you help, now you're helping to stop the robber. Even if you call 911 or whatever you do to try to stop it, that's a good man doing something to stop evil. But if you say, I'm just going to stay neutral, it's not my
Or
business
get your
anything
phone
like that,
out to record it.
right. You're supporting the evil guy. You're allowing it to happen. That's what it is. People need to get involved and you need to help your neighbor to your ability. We're not saying jump on them and punch them. If you're an old lady, get on your phone and call 911. Give a good description.
Get that king
film
out,
it.
woman.
Film it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever your ability is, we're saying. But that is the truest statement. If you just let evil go ahead and fester and good men do nothing, it gets out of control.
Yeah, and also, we, the police, are being deemed as dangerous and violent. And guess what? We are.
Yeah,
Hmm?
that's
Oh.
part of a job title.
Dude, I'm a savage. I just control it. I could be really,
That's
really
well,
nasty.
you hit the nail on that. That's the difference between us and bad guys.
Yeah.
We can control our violence,
Right.
where the bad guys can't or won't.
And
True.
y'all may have.
They-
I don't
they
know if
won't.
y'all have. They won't.
They can,
So-
but they won't.
And I don't know. Y'all probably heard this. The old theory called the sheepdog theory. Y'all heard that?
Yeah.
So, to people that are listening, this is Colonel Grossman, who was with the Green Beret, I believe, does this theory on use of force, and he basically, in a nutshell, says there's 3 types of people in this world: sheep, wolves, and sheepdog. And the sheep are afraid of the wolves because wolves are the criminals. Sheep is the common people, just everyday people who are going through their life doing their thing. The wolf is the criminals, the bad guys, the thugs, the rapists, robbers, all that kind of stuff. And the sheepdog is the military, the police, the first people
Who
like
protect the
that,
sheep? Who protect the sheep?
The sheep kind of like the sheepdog because they know they're there to protect them, but then they don't because they're violent. They look a little bit like the wolf. And
Tell
they're
them what to
prepared
do,
be-
keeps them in line.
keeps them in line. So they want them when they need them, but when it's when any other time they don't want them because the sheepdog is prepared to be violent,
Right.
and they have to train to be violent because they have to defeat the
Right.
wolf.
And to take it a little bit further than that, the sheepdog look an awful lot like the wolf sometimes
Exactly.
because they're both kind of canine looking things, right?
Right.
And to bring it up to today's standard, a lot of times the sheep sometimes want to disarm the sheepdog, take their teeth from them, much like weapons, guns, the ability to defend them because they see the teeth as the problem with the wolf. Just like they see guns a problem, right? It's not the person with the gun. They think it's the gun. That's what the gun control is. We'll call it tooth control. They
Yeah,
want to
exactly
take the
right.
teeth away from the sheepdog because they think the teeth are bad because the wolf uses it to eat their ass. And they think the sheepdog's going to do that. That's not how it works. The teeth aren't the thing that kills the animal. It's the person with the teeth or the animal with the teeth determine who's going to eat who, right? But it's a good
sheepdog
analogy.
has
I
to have it.
saw that used with gun control. You know, the bad guys have guns, but they want to take the guns away from good citizens. How you defend yourself, right? Just like they said, the wolves have teeth, and sometimes the sheep look at the sheepdog and go, "Man, you got some teeth too, man. They look dangerous, right?
Well,
we might want to take your teeth."
Rodney,
It's a
it's right
good
back what
analogy.
you said. These people don't do all these things, or the people behind, guns themselves, got all the bodyguards, got all the big fences, got all the
They can
all the
talk tough
protection
because they're
need.
protected. They're protected.
And if you have been a victim,
The
it'll
hypocrisy is
change your
incredible.
mind. If you've been a victim, it'll change your mind.
Dude. And you know what? The sad thing is, a lot of times people who are victims of violent crime suffer their whole lives as the result of that one crime. That's why whenever people ask me, when I go to church every blue moon. You know, I don't go as much as I should. But if someone gives
Yeah,
me
we're
a
going to talk
hug
to you
at
about that. It's called a intervention later. Go ahead.
yeah,
Slow
people
said
hug
that,
me.
right?
People hug me, and they feel the gun on my hip. And they're like, "Are you bringing a gun into church?" I'm like,
See, either that or you're glad to see them.
yeah. Do you know this is what you call a soft target, and this is what you call a place where people have been attacked?
We just seen that with Lemonade and them.
Yes. Have you? Do you have your gun with you? No. So who's gonna when the shit hits the fan in the church? Who are you gonna look to do something? Boop. The ex-cop, right? That's what they're gonna look for.
The
But
retired cop.
they don't understand. You know, if you're not prepared, if you're not prepared, if you fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail. That's just what I see. My gun is like my cell phone, is like my keys. I don't leave the house without it. That's it, and that's
It's a
okay.
tool.
It's never went off accidentally.
Oh, yeah. I tell you,
It's
and
amazing.
you feel
It's never went
naked.
off.
If you walk out the door and you get in the car, realize, crap, you feel naked without your gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. In a way,
And
we're
it's
still
a
on.
tool.
Yeah, in a way, we're still. Yeah, that's all it is. And it's like a scissor. Like I ask people, "Do you have a gun?" No, I won't have a gun in my house. It's dangerous. Why? It could go off. It could kill somebody. Do you have scissors? Yeah. Well, that could be stuck in somebody's eye, but you have scissors.
yeah.
So what
Well,
you're
no one's going to
saying
do
is,
that. Well, no one's
by
going to shoot
saying
you in your
that-
house.
By saying that, you're saying the gun can just go off out the
Right.
fucking blue. It's just
Right.
all of a sudden going to go off. My goodness. Laying on the table there, it went off.
Right.
Well, you're looking at 120 years of law enforcement experience, and none of our guns has ever went
Never.
off.
Never.
And
Never.
people
And that's
realize,
another thing,
too,
too. How many times have we all had a chance to legally justify it and should have?
because you know what, we
But
got
didn't.
that level of violence, and we could de-escalate.
Yeah.
Can control it.
And
And
that's the
once
other
it's
thing I
over,
wanted to
we
touch on.
realize it's over, and we control our violence, and the gun gets put away.
That's a good point, Slow. I wanted to touch on that too. All this rioting going on in Minneapolis, the non-peaceful rioting. My neighbors are insanely just crazy. Never did the job, but they have a lot of opinions. Monday morning quarterback and all this. They said, you know, with the Renee Good and the Alex Pretty and not the bitch who got her hand blown off, because that's just is what it is.
Well, that's another
Those
topic.
two, they said, why couldn't they de-escalate? They get these words from law enforcement and then they want to throw them back at me. Like, why couldn't they de-escalate? I said, let me tell you something. Those riots in Minneapolis have been going on for a week or two now. Is that fair, guys? Week or two?
Yeah.
Oh, at least.
Thousands of people? Fair?
That we know of.
But
Right.
yeah.
We've been doing it before.
Yeah, but let's say it's, you know, 1,000. Let's say 1,000 minimum, because there's a bunch of people out there. I looked there. I said, "Do you not think that every minute of every day those rioters are out there interacting with police, that the police aren't de-escalating shit? Two people have been shot out of thousands of people for, let's say, 14 days. Okay, that's like 150,000 encounters per minute. I mean, per hour or whatever you want to say it." And only 2 people have been shot and killed. One had a gun. And you're saying they don't de-escalate? I watched those officers stand in a line and people spitting at them, throwing shit at them,
Oh, yeah.
and doing nothing.
Yeah.
If
They're
you want to
done that.
talk about restraint,
Standing with inches of their face.
yeah, if you want to
screaming.
talk, and I didn't allow that when I was on the line. If you got within arm's distance, you got a shot because you could grab my gun if you get that close. And that's how I justified it. If you didn't get within arm's distance of me, I knocked your ass down. And they go, "Oh, big bad." And then they move on to the next cop. They wouldn't stand in front of me. But anyway, they're de-escalating every situation because all those cops would love to bust you in the nose
Yeah.
for standing in front of them, cursing them, calling them white this, black that, this, that, your Uncle Tom. I mean, they're calling us all these things and spitting on you and throwing water bottles at you. And all you want to do is beat the dog shit out of that motherfucker. And you don't. Why? Because you have control. You have restraint.
Cause
So
the rules.
I told her, so de-escalation, they're doing it every minute of every day out there, because if not, there'd be a whole lot of bodies being stacked like fucking core wood. If we were allowed, if you let us loose, those riots would be over real quick.
Yeah.
And the morgue would be full.
And another thing, too, how many have y'all ever, you're talking about restraint, how many of y'all have ever, and I'm sure everybody's had it multiple times, have somebody on the street try to push your buttons and get in your shit, and they say, "Well, if you didn't have that badge, I'd whoop your ass."
Yeah.
That badge is what's keeping you from getting your ass whooped.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
Or you take the badge
You're
off.
You're exactly right
I don't
there,
mind.
Double
They
D.
think that's protecting me. I'm like,
No, it's protecting you.
no, dude, that's the thing that's keeping you from getting your ass whooped right
If you
now.
think about it, some of those people, they talk that much shit that way to another Joe Blow on the street, some good old boy, some thug, whatever, what's going to happen? They're going to get
he shows it on YouTube all the time. Yeah, they get their little clock cleaned.
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, in my 30,
so I'm taking this. I'm probably the only one on here that actually took the badge off one time. Said I don't have it on anymore. Come on, motherfucker.
Oh no, it's happened, but I've never been taken up on it. But I did see 2 officers do it in my day where they took the badge off and they fucking went at it. It's awesome.
I'll say this too, and Rod will know. I was working as probation parole in Charlotte in the mid '90s, and I went to over off of Kingston Avenue over in Charlotte, off West Boulevard.
Sure.
And there was 2 officers that that's what the guy said. If you didn't have that badge and gun on, I'd whoop your ass. I saw 2 officers take their badges off, and there's somebody else said, "No, don't do it." And one of them was a big motherfucker. What was his name? Krotz. You remember Krotz?
Tim.
I'm sitting there thinking, this boy's gonna whoop your ass. And the other one was a just retired chief.
I guess both these guys retired now. So don't drop names of anybody that's not retired.
One's retired. One just retired.
I think if you're saying the right guy, I think his name was Tim Krotz. Big guy, right?
Yeah, massive dude. I mean,
yeah,
he's getting a car wreck, runs a bar.
He ran his motorcycle into the back of a truck, and he had to retire. I believe they had to retire. He used to work off duty at the Waffle House in my area, and every time there was use of force, I'd respond, and it'd be like bodies everywhere. I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
He was like,
scattered, smothered, and covered. I'll have it scattered, smothered, and covered. You order that every week, right? I'm like, man, what the fuck you doing?
If you took Robbie Bryce and made him 6'5", that's what you had.
Yeah, he was a big dude.
They were in basically they called it SDI, street drug interdiction, which was similar to our street crimes.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there going, I was kind of great, right? I'm like,
that was great.
Well, shit. They were getting ready to take them on. They're like, no, come here.
Oh yeah, those were the days. Yeah,
that was fun.
But the point being is a lot of restraints being shown, a lot of de-escalations being shown every day, folks. For this to happen so rarely. It shows it shows the restraint. Think about it.
Do it across the United States.
Yeah.
100,000 police officers and they come in contact with people every day.
I think the last number
is crazy.
Yeah, I think the last number, there's 700,000 or 800,000 police officers in the country. Don't quote me. I thought I heard that, but just let's say that's the number. And let's say half of them work every day or per day. And the number of encounters, it's astronomical. And how many bad police shootings do you see? A handful a year?
If that
10, 20 a year tops, maybe out of hundreds of thousands. I dare say millions of calls. Come on, folks. We're doing pretty damn good.
Well, now you said bad shootings. So you're talking about actually justified shootings.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about actually justified shootings that weren't de-escalated, but not necessarily bad, but just shootings.
Yeah.
You know?
You think about there's 750,000 officers. Everybody has at least 2 or 3 contacts a day, minimum with the.
Oh, back in my day, dude, I was humping 15, 20 calls a shift.
Yeah. I mean, we've all done that. 20 calls a shift, and you're like constant.
Yeah. And this was, and you guys Gastonia, but this was Charlotte. This wasn't like somebody took my lollipop. This was pretty good calls, drug calls and assault calls and rape calls.
Easy, Rodney. We like our lollipops in Gastonia.
I know you do, guys. You guys are real strict with your lollipops.
And our son dropping liver mush.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't mess with man, son dropping liver mush.
You know what? Whenever I hear liver mush, you know who I think about? Oh boy, Buck. Because every motorcycle, Buck used to be one of the founding members here, folks, and he passed away on a motorcycle accident. I know people have heard, but some people may be just joining us on a ride we went on, and on the way home he had an accident and passed away. Anyway, Buck was one of the nicest guys in the world, sweet guy. Just, I mean, what there's not a bad thing you can say about the dude. Right. But that dude, he would eat, man, and he introduced me to a lot of the Southern cuisine you guys talk about. And gravy and biscuits and liver mush were his morning shit. So like we go out, he didn't take a morning shit and shit that. I'm saying he ate that shit.
It led to the morning shit.
Later he'd shit, but it wasn't liver mush and biscuits. It was just shit.
It was his morning shit.
We assume, we don't know for sure.
But when we would go to breakfast, we get up in the morning, go to breakfast. He would always have, if they had it, liver mush and gravy and biscuits with whatever else he ate. I'm like, dude, that's.
I tell you, if you want to see Buck, you go to our. you go to our webpage, our Facebook page, Bourbon Badges?
Bourbon Badges. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll see him. He's
Like
up in the that intro picture, whatever it is. What do you call it?
Profile
Minor picture. Is that profile? Yeah, it's
Slow
Buck. That's
ride,
when
you-
first,
slow ride. You-
I think, hey,
slow ride, what the fuck?
that's when we first started out, man. We were sitting on the old store bought folding table,
Oh yeah.
and that picture of Buck just looks miserable in that picture.
He's pissed
He was
off.
miserable. He always was miserable when he come to.
Well,
podcasts.
how dog's my job is to piss Bug off sometime during the podcast.
Oh my god.
I'm
He was
sure
funny,
you did
though.
a good job.
He
Well, I'll
did
tell
a
you
really
now-
good job.
Now, back to the bottom line is, had that good lady, you know, and it's just like all the other pictures. They show a picture of her with nice flowing hair, her looking like a nice woman, you know, instead of the skint head she was.
Mhm.
You know, had she not, they went. My understanding, they moved to Canada and moved back to,
Yes, that's a fact.
Yeah.
to get involved with the
With the protest.
crusade. Yeah, a
And
protest
it was-
against the
it
ice
was-
ages.
It was the girlfriend / wife that was the crazy rabid one. The one who got killed, good, was married before twice, whatever, had the kids. She was the one
Monster
that was.
kids.
She was the one playing for the regular team a while ago. And then she switched and jumped the fence and started muff diving with this other chick, right? And she got her into all the craziness going on over there. And it is true. They moved to Canada to get away from things because they didn't like Donald Trump, and they moved to Canada. But then they came back to fight the good fight, and they were part of a group called Anti-ICE or something like that.
Yes.
Those are the people who follow them around in the streets. And that day, she was following around this group of ICE agents. This wasn't the first encounter. She was moving with them all day, following them around, blowing whistles. And finally, she was blocking traffic. And they had enough.
Kept getting a little more bold, a little more bold, a little more bold.
Yeah. And then she finally
exactly.
blocked traffic, and they tried to tell her to comply and all this. And then she drove off. But she was part of that group. Same with Alex Petrie. There's other Alex Preddy. He was part of the group too. And it's coming out now, guys. I don't know if you heard it because you don't follow it like I do, but Signal, the talk group Signal.
Mhm.
Signal this. I mean, do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh, we
Yeah.
do. And a lot of stuff's starting to come out now.
Yeah. So they had their own Signal chat group talk around where it's almost like radios. And they'd say, okay, I got a vehicle, looks like an Ice Age vehicle. They're going down Jefferson over here in Gastonia. And then people would converge.
All right.
And they would do things. So they're getting to the bottom of this network. And the lieutenant governor is mixed up. She was in that talk group with the group. And the problem with that is she's a lieutenant governor, and she's actually promoting this insurrection against federal agent. There's a lot of shit coming out about this.
Oh,
And
yeah.
there's an electronic trail with the Signal. And it's you could actually, because people, I'll tell you, the heroes of this whole thing right now, guys, are the independent journalists, not the CNNs and all that, all those dog shit places. It's
No, you're right.
people.
But the independent journal, you have to go look for. You're not going to find them in the string.
But Nick Shirley is the one who exposed all the Minnesota fraud in the daycare centers. That's what brought a lot of attention. But there's a lot of independent journalists out there who've infiltrated and got on that Signal talk around, and they recorded everything, took screenshots of people, pictures of their names and so forth, and it all went to the FBI.
Good.
And so it's all getting shut down. And just to let you know, Trump talked to Jacob Fry and Tim Walz today, and apparently Tim Walz agreed, because he's involved in the fraud with the daycares. He agreed to start working with the
Imagine
feds.
that.
Trump requested, give us all the criminal aliens in your custody and in your jails and in your prisons, and any criminal aliens, illegal aliens that are arrested from here on out, you let us know, and we pick them up in the jails peacefully, so we don't have to go out and do any of this. And we'll stop that.
Oh, you're exactly right. They wouldn't be
as
in this
long as you do
neighborhood in the
that.
first place.
Yeah, if they were able to pick these people up at the jail, there would be none of this, folks. None of it. This is all the fault of the sanctuary cities, which is illegal by federal law. The sanctuary cities cause this because they will not cooperate and help and back up federal agents doing their job. Sanctuary cities needs to be eliminated.
Now that you mentioned Waltz, did y'all see and I'm sure you've seen it, the statute that he signed in effect like a few years ago about you could not interfere with officers and impede them in a car and all
It
that?
was already
I
a
can't remember the
federal law,
wording.
but it was
Right,
already a federal law, but he also put something in as well, literally backing up the officer who was almost run over and shot and killed good.
Right.
He actually put a law in the books. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's coming from Tim Walz, the governor there.
Yep. Do you know that Minneapolis, Minnesota, guys, is your required to retreat state?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I know that.
You know how you have your castle doctrine? You don't have to run. You can stand your ground.
Yeah, explain both those right quick, Rod. For the
castle doctrine, stand your ground, is this: if you're coming in my house, I don't have to run away or anything like that. I'll blast your ass. If you're trying to come at me, like Florida, if I'm in my car and you're impeding me, or you're coming at me in my car in my window, I can blast you because I don't have to retreat if I feel my life's in danger and so forth. Minneapolis, Minnesota is the opposite. You're required to try to run away. You're required to retreat. If you don't retreat and you stand your ground and you fire and you shoot somebody and you kill them, a judge can determine you did not try to run away and to get away and to try to alleviate by running and trying to retreat, and you could go to prison.
So in that state, if a bad guy breaks in your front door and you can run out the back door, you have to give him your house.
You need to do it.
Fuck.
Or if somebody breaks in your front door and you have a choice between shooting them or letting them take your shit, you might be required to let them take your shit and leave, because that would be.
And assume that's all they're there for, is just to steal your stuff, not to do anybody harm at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Mm-hmm. But I heard that on the news and I was like, God, why would anybody want to live in Minneapolis? First of all, the weather sucks and the leadership sucks. Yeah. And now these laws, like, what's the sense of being able to carry a gun, right, and have a CCW, and then you have to run away? Like that doesn't make any sense.
They don't want you to carry one. But did you also see where some of the people who are trying to defend the good lady are standing there with guns?
Yeah.
Now, what sense does that make?
Mm-hmm.
None.
Yeah, people are idiots. They're just
Anyway,
idiots.
yeah. And guys, it's real. You know, that's why I'm heading to Florida. I mean, I put my money where my mouth is. North Carolina is a little bit on edge. You know, it's kind of like a purple state. I don't mean to get into politics, but I like the states run the way I want them run, and I like. DeSantis is awesome. He says if you're being blocked, if you're in your car and you're being blocked by a crowd of protesters who are getting violent and smashing your windows of your car, you can run right through them. He says you don't have to wait there and get hurt. He says you can, and he's on TV saying you can run right through them. So that'll be admissible in court. I mean, you're doing what you can do. Yeah,
and they've got some pretty good damn sheriffs down there too.
Oh, they do have good sheriffs in there.
Good segue. We got 3 minutes left. Speaking of that, is it time to let the cat out of the bag about?
Yeah, hang on. I got one thing I want to talk about right quick.
Of all times, you wait the very last 3 minutes.
He just shut you down, slow producer.
I just now got a chance to open my mouth. But anyway,
because we've been.
He does have a. Hound Dog has a point.
So the girl that got with the flashbang. Let's go over that. Right
oh yeah, I did want to touch that too.
The ice agents there threw a flashbang, which is meant to a loud noise.
Percussion.
Just what the word, just what it's called, flash bang.
To overload your senses.
To overload your senses, to make you do right, so to speak. Now this trick, they pull a pin on a flashbang. Flashbangs are not light, by the way. They're kind of heavy. The ones that I've messed around with.
Yeah, they're you think they're equivalent to like a 12-ounce can of Pepsi or Coke.
Yeah,
they're about that heavy.
And they made of steel, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's got parts of the steel that is made to blow out.
Yeah,
you're right, Hound Dog.
So they pull the pin on the flashbang, throw it into the crowd. This brilliant lady decides she's going to pick it up. That's
You know what hang on, slow dog. Hound Dog, you know what they call? I called you slow dog. You know what the fuck? You know what they call her in this funny description?
What?
They call her Karen McSplody.
Hey, she should be the poster child for the FAFO logo.
Yeah.
She should
go ahead.
Be on your training video for flashbangs.
She grabs
Karen McSplody is pretty good.
Detonated hand grenade.
But activated. He pulled the pin on it.
Yeah, pulled the pin, threw it, she grabbed it, and she was running like, look what I got.
Yeah.
Boom, yow. Look what I got. Look what I got. So she is like was that who said it? She should be the poster child. Is that what you said, Slow?
Yes, sir. No, the FAFO.
Yeah.
They post this too. Rock, paper, scissors, flashbang, and his fingers missing on the last hand.
So does flashbang win? Rock, paper, scissors.
I think it loses every time.
Like I said, look at her face. I'm pretty sure
you're not covering shit. You're not cutting shit. You can't do anything with flashbang fingers
So,
because
You
they're
know, that would never have happened if she would have been peacefully protesting, holding up a sign, or doing whatever. But she had to get involved in law enforcement and lose a damn finger or 2.
And you know what?
That's all on her.
Yep. You know what the dead giveaway is too? If she was close enough to a flashbang, that means she was involved with a group of people not peacefully protesting.
Right.
They don't throw
Exactly
flashbangs at people just holding signs.
And kind of for those who are on the audio side and don't really know, or maybe a flashbang is a canister, and when you have a tab, a spoon, you pull the little pin out, and when you pull the little pin, it's metal, like aluminum. It's very flexible. So when you put the pin in, it's the end of it's splayed, so you can't pull the spoon off, because once you pull the pin out and release the spoon, it's activated. So
like a hand grenade.
Just like a hand grenade, exactly. And you can't just, once it's pulled, it's like it's done.
It's about a 2 or 3 second delay, right?
Like 5. I
Yeah,
think.
she had it right on top of it.
So when I was on the SWAT team, one of the things we did was we carried an extra pin on her belt, just in case there was that oh shit moment that you pulled it out and you had it. If you pull it out and you still have it depressed, the spoon depressed,
And things de-escalate.
and you don't throw it, you can stick that pin back in there. But once you let it go, it's Katie barred the door because there's nothing else.
Yeah, the pin breaks loose and it's made flash, blinding light, and then the bang. I mean, it rattles your freaking chest. It's supposed to just disorient you for a few seconds.
Yeah. So, and they're designed to just like Slow says, to disorient you. And the big thing was like on entry teams, you'd throw it in there, throw it in the house, through a window, whatever. It would go off, and when it would go off, it would disorient all the bad guys in there. So the guys going in the door would have that advantage. Like there's like, oh shit, I can't do anything. You'd have the upper hand and nobody get hurt.
Sure.
Yeah, time to get them to their senses, man. You got like 5 or 6 SWAT guys ready to guns.
Yeah. They're like, oh shit. But so
had this lady not picked up that damn flashbang, she would still had full functionality of her hand.
Oh yeah, it's totally on her. Had she been at home, it wouldn't have happened. Had she been holding a peaceful little sign, it wouldn't have happened.
Because a lot of people don't realize how much our restraints are. They don't just throw those things just because, there's a crowd with a sign. We're going to throw a flashbang over
if you're peacefully protesting, we don't do anything to you. We hope you're just standing there.
Well, and I told this on a prior show. They were downtown Burnsville at the square protesting with their signs, with their little bullhorn and all stuff. Yeah, I parked my car and walked around the middle of them. We just had regular conversations like we're having right now. The nice people, they just a different opinion, and they're lawfully giving their different opinion, their signs and what they're saying, but no one was violent, no one was angry. There wasn't a cop in sight. Everybody's getting along fine, other than they just had different opinion.
Yeah, the problem in Minneapolis is when those protesters were attacking a hotel because ICE agents might be staying on the 6th floor, so they're attacking the lobby, breaking windows and stuff. My problem is this: like, one, that's not peacefully protesting, and two, where's the Minneapolis Police Department to stop them from damaging property? Like, isn't that the description of what police do? It's not it's not the Fed's job.
Part of the service of your tax base.
Yeah. If I was the hotel manager, I'd be like, where the fuck are you cops? They're breaking my windows, right? But they won't even stop there. That shows it's all political. That's the reason.
That's like when you had a lot of the George Floyd riots. They were breaking into stuff in their own neighborhood.
Burning their own neighborhood. Burn your own shit for what? And that, or whatever. Minneapolis burned, and there's a lot of buildings still burned now from that.
All right, guys, you guys want to give you an insight of what's to come, or?
Yeah,
Cuff.
go ahead.
Up to you if you want.
Cuff them.
63 minutes into the pro. I'm getting ready to hit the intro.
Well, okay.
Yeah, let's talk about
you want us to say it, so
Yeah,
we're thinking about. Go ahead.
We're going to say it. We're going to say it.
Go ahead.
Say it.
We're going to say it. That's all we're going to say.
I think you said it.
I said it.
We got something going on in the works. We might be segueing, if you want to use Slow's favorite word on the fucking planet, into another podcast of types, but one that's a little bit more wide open, no limits, no boundaries,
No cuffs.
more, if I may, more Rodnator style. Cuffs are off, so to speak.
And there'll be a plethora of topics. It ain't gonna be just cop stuff.
Yeah,
That's Slow's second favorite word, plethora.
Yeah, plethora.
It's Buck's
and
favorite
segue.
word.
We're plethering and segueing. Anyway, so I guess our plan is to this is going to be about cutting edge stuff, happening in the news day to day. And again, all this is going to be coming from us. So if you like us and you like our attitudes and you like our no nonsense, kind of common sense way of thinking, you'll love it. If you don't, you'll fucking hate it. Either way, it'll be enjoyable because you can either be loving us and drinking, or you could be cursing us.
It'll be entertaining either way.
It's going to be entertaining either way. And I know Rod Nader is going to really fucking enjoy it because
Slow's
got me on a leash, and the leash is coming
it's still
off,
the world according to cops is how, four cops feel.
Yeah, that's it. But so that's coming. Yeah, it's coming sometime in the next week or two. So be on the lookout for that. And we'll announce it on Bourbon and Badges. Right, guys?
You want to go ahead and give the full name now or not? Or just
go ahead.
I think Double D already did.
Yeah, Cuffs Off. Cuffs Off is going to be our new podcast.
Cuffs are coming off.
Cuffs Off podcast. So stay tuned.
2 podcasts.
What's the world
Double
coming?
dose.
A double dose of us? Jesus Christ. It'll drive anybody to drink, right?
Might not be sober at the end.
Been a Studio 77 production.
The voice of the